Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Al. I want to thank you for finding my channel, Kindred Souls of Brooklyn. And today, folks, you're in for a real treat, because today, not only am I going to talk about it, but I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate eggs, potatoes, and mozzarella sandwich. Yes, it's the eggs, potatoes, and mozzarella sandwich, invented in Brooklyn, New York, over 100 years ago, brought over by the Italian immigrants, kind of brought over, kind of invented, kind of honed, and Brooklyn in Red Hook. So stay tuned for an awesome video. I know you're going to enjoy it. First, I'm going to go in and get the fixins from Publix, authentic fixins, and then I'm going to show you how to make it. So stay tuned. A little bit of history along the way. Hope you have fun. And folks, don't forget, all the proceeds from this channel go to our Suicide Prevention Foundation, the Waffles Foundation, saving lives through music, one note at a time. So please, folks, share, like, subscribe. You're helping to end suicide in this country and hopefully throughout the world as we give out musical instruments to kids who can't afford them. Stay tuned, folks. Hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so here we are in Publix in Celebration. So right off the bat, the first challenge is going to be, we're not in New York, so the Italian sub rolls or the Italian bread is not going to be up to speed. But other than that, I think we're going to be okay. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and you're going to see as we order stuff, rather get stuff, and I'm going to talk about the fixins and talk about basically about the sandwich. So just a little bit about the eggs, potato, and mozzarella itself. It was actually designed, my father told me the story. My father was born in 1925 in Brooklyn, and you got to realize the sandwich was made for something that could really sustain people who were working very hard. So like I was telling you, where we come from, where I think the sandwich pretty much originated, was this place called Defontes, which I'll show you a picture of. And it was meant, it's basically a poor man's meal. It's potatoes, it's mozzarella, it's cheese, it's all ingredients that aren't that expensive. Kerry's getting the Italian bread right now. So it worked out really well. So, in Brooklyn, there was always a lot of dock work. There was always a lot of physical labor. So the guys needed, and I say guys because it was mostly guys doing that part of it. There was a lot of women as well, working as well. So I'm sure that was another part too. But the people needed something that would sustain them for a long period of time. And that's really what it came down to. So what we're going to get now is we're looking for a bag of potatoes that we could peel, and for the potato portion of it. So let's take a look over here. Here, we'll try to get the really good potatoes. Okay, so I think what I'm going to go with here is the Publix brand, the Idaho potatoes. Being half Irish, the Irish has to come out a little bit. So I'm going to go with this nice bag of potatoes right here. It looks really good. They're saying that these particular potatoes are good for frying, baking, or mashing. So we're going to go with this. So the next items we need are eggs and cheese. And while we get the eggs and the cheese, I want to talk about, there's a little bit of a controversy as to where the sandwich actually originated, whether it was Brooklyn or the Bronx. I mean, the fact that it's New York, I'm going to say it's Brooklyn for the simple fact of the fact that Defontes is in business for over 100 years. I just recently did a video on that. Basically, so with that in mind, and the fact of my father always talking about that sandwich being around even when he was a little kid, I'm going to say that it was designed in Brooklyn, and it was actually customized and actually made popular in Brooklyn. If you realize too, it's actually, well, look, Bronx and Brooklyn are pretty close to Ellis Island. So you got to figure people came off of Ellis Island and they settled in Brooklyn or the Bronx. So, but I'd like to hear your opinions if anybody has any stories that it was started in the Bronx. But like I say, because Defontes is there so long, like I said, 100 years, and because I know the immigrants came over in the 1800s, and I'm just putting it basically into that little time frame. So I just wanted to say that. So either or, it's we still got the region correct, I think. So stay tuned, gonna get some cheese and eggs. All right, so as you can see, we got lots of eggs over here, but I think what I'm gonna go with is the Publix Grade A Jumbo eggs. They're looking really good, so I'm gonna go with these. I think that should be a winning combination. So what's really good about the eggs, potatoes, and mozzarella sandwich is that, and I'm gonna show you an easy way to make it, a pretty much authentic way to make it. But the fact is that if you're talking about the way maybe Defontes makes it, they're making it on a larger scale, so sometimes people bake it. But I'm going to show you how I do it, how easy it is to do it in this sense. What'd you pick out? Good mozzarella there? All right, so Kerry says we should go with the Kraft mozzarella cheese now. Again, What's nice about the sandwich is you can go with, I like this cheese because it's already shredded and it melts better. But again, this is such an easy sandwich. It's meant to be a very easy sandwich to make, and you could just pretty much do your own thing. A lot of people turn around using the real potatoes, but a lot of people, and I would eat it this way, some people would use hash browns, some people would use even French fries on there. I mean, not that I'd recommend that, but I mean, potato is a potato, and if you're hungry, then why not? But as you can see, I'm going to be all of these things right here. Now, some people throw in peppers, some people throw in tomatoes. That's all fine, well, and good. But I'm going to just go with the actual core products right here. And we're going to go with this. So I just want to show you, Curly came in the store with us today. Curly's a good boy, and he came to shop as well. Alrighty, so I'm back home now again. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the potatoes. I'm not going to show you every single part of the process, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the potatoes, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to cut them really small because I like them crisp when they cook. So here we go. The first thing is peeling the potatoes, and I'm going to use just a regular peeler, and you'll see. Alrighty, so I'm back, and as you can see, I've cut these potatoes really small because I like them crispy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook these first, and I'm going to brown them so make them nice and crispy, and then we'll continue with the process. You'll see. Now you got to remember, this is a poor man's meal. So if you're hungry, the more potatoes you put in, the better it's going to be in terms of that. But what's great about this dish is that you could put less potatoes, obviously more cheese, more bread, whatever. But the whole point of this dish originally, or rather the sandwich, was to fill people up. So you'd get a sandwich and it would be pretty considerably heavy. And the idea was to fill you up. So let me brown these, and I'll show you what they look like after they're browned. And then we'll continue on for more fun. So as you can see right now, I'm cooking the potatoes. I'm making them a nice golden brown. You want to make them so they don't fall apart. I mean, I kind of like things well done, so I'm going to brown them, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them next. All right, so these are done right now. As you can see, they're a nice golden brown. This is funny. This is actually another poor man's meal. You slice up hot dogs, and you put onion in here. It's fabulous. But that's a video for another day. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing right now with it. What I like to do is use measuring cups, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this into here. Now again, if you're worried about your carbs and stuff, this is a good way of measuring this out, but it's also very handy when you're making the concoction. So I'm going to show you when I'm going to put all this in. So now I just have the potatoes in here, so as you can see, they're either, you could spoon them out or pour them out, so they're just kind of ready to go right now. So we'll move on to the next step, which is going to be the eggs. Hey everyone, so now we have our grade A eggs, these are jumbo eggs, and I'm going to basically make like one sandwich worth. So it's going to be, I'm going to do 4 eggs. Now I want to give my wife a big shout out. She got me this tool a few years ago. This it's an egg cracker, eggshell cracker. I really suggest you invest in this if you like eggs, because as you're going to see, it's fabulous. You put the egg in there and you just don't get any part of the shell. Now what I'm using here, I love using these measuring cups. So I'm going to put the eggs into here, and I have a whisk I'm going to use. But as you're going to see, as I put this egg in here, it's just going to crack really well, and you're not going to see any part of it. See that? Look, not one piece of it goes in there. It's really fabulous. So I'm going to just do quick 4 eggs in here. And again, depending on how much eggs you like, or you want more of this or less of that, all depends on you. Which is what's great about this sandwich, is that you kind of go any direction you want with it. All right, so it's going to go in the garbage. So just a regular whisk and this measuring thing. And I'm going to mix this together right now. I'm going to get our egg concoction. And then we're going to move on to the next step. So we'll see you in the next step. So right here we have our bread. And as you see, it's the bread that I had from before, the Italian bread. And I didn't tell you this before, but a shortened version of this sandwich is EPM. Now, if you go into a deli like Defontes, where it's a very fast-paced action situation, a lot of times they're not going to want to hear, well, I want 1 eggs, potatoes, and mozzarella. Got to remember, it's Brooklyn. They want to hear EPM on a 6-inch Italian bread. That's what they want to hear really quick. So here we are, 6-inch Italian bread size, which is about what you get from Subway. All right, so now I poured those 4 eggs in here. So we're just gonna start to cook it up now. And of course I have my mozzarella cheese handy right over here. And I have the potatoes right behind them to put this in quick. Now, again, this is a sandwich you're gonna wanna eat really quick in terms of, you're gonna wanna set it up really quick. The quicker you set it up, the hotter, the juicier it's gonna be. So let's cook it up. All right, so as you can see right now, I poured the potatoes in. I put the cheese on top. And let's start working on this nice EPM sandwich, Brooklyn style. So as you can see, everything is in there, nice and flattened out. And you gotta watch this because the eggs are gonna cook really fast. This is basically, what you're basically cooking is an omelet for all intents and purposes. And this is gonna cook really fast, so you have to watch it and you have to flip it often. And obviously you're gonna have a spatula to do that with. Now as you can see, it's coming together now. I kinda like my eggs, I mean, I do like stuff well done, but when it comes to eggs, I do like them a little, I don't like them too dry, so I'm going to keep watching this and keep flipping this around so it doesn't get too dry. So another important thing, I'm using a non-stick pan here, so obviously if you use a non-stick pan, you're going to have a lot less to clean up afterwards, because this can get a little sticky. So I recommend a pan that's not going to stick. So there we have it. There's our finished product. Now, a lot of times this one I kind of cooked it fast, so the eggs broke up a little bit, but you could cook it a little bit longer and hold the omelet more together. But generally, when you get this in a Brooklyn deli, this is how oftentimes you're going to get it, because they usually have it in a big tray and they're spooning it out. This particular one's from my brother-in-law, so he likes cheese. So I actually added some more cheese over here on this side, on the bun. So we're going to close this over. And as you can see, that's one heck of a sandwich. Now, you could just imagine people back in Red Hook, back in the docks and working in those days, eating something like this. And a lot of times they would eat maybe a regular size Italian bread one. This is gonna hold you all day for lunch, and it's gonna enable you to keep on working, and which was very important during the time in America, especially during World War II, when we needed to make things really quick for the war effort. So folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to, anybody has any comments, I would love to hear some comments on it. Let me know how it worked out for you. As always, folks, I want to thank you for watching. All the proceeds from this video go to our foundation, the Waffles Foundation. It's our suicide prevention foundation, as I told you before. If you'd like to donate, we're available via Venmo or PayPal. Just look up the Waffles Foundation, Inc., or you can look up on our website, www.wafflesfoundation.org. So folks, until the next time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you real soon on the next one. Stay safe. I love you. Keep wearing your mask, and stay safe out there, because Christmas time is coming. You want to be around for the holidays. I miss you, Matt, and I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care now.